Hey everyone, Rick here, and you already know by the title of this video what I am going to open this time, but right now I'm not sure, so what should we open? Rebellion Starter, Whirlwind, Rebellion Booster, more minions. We have tons of minions. Here's that minions pack that I opened last time. See, I fixed the little Acolyte staff since then too. Tons and tons of Rebellion, and some Pyramid dungeons even, and of course some Uprising. So yeah, that's fantastic. But you know what? Since we have so much Rebellion, and just because of the fact that Rebellion has 5 figures per pack, let's open a pack of Rebellion and see what we get. All right, so this is Mage Knight Rebellion. This is the first Mage Knight collectible miniatures game release back in 2001 when it first came out. So this is Mage Knight 1.0. Again, this is the tabletop game that got me into the hobby. When I was like 11 or 12, I saw some of these figures out on display and I thought, man, those look freaking amazing. So let's find out. It looks like I'm always worried about repacks. The adhesive on top looks original. On the bottom, I'm thinking it may actually be okay. I'm just always paranoid that I'll get a repack of some kind. So there's 5 figures in here, unlike some of the other expansions where there were only, most of the other expansions have 4 figures. Some had 3 figures and 1 mounted figure, but Rebellion and Unlimited had 5 figures per pack. So we're just going to start from the top down. So first off, we have a Screeching Terror. 25 points to add this guy to your army. He is 1 star and has some yellow highlighting on him, which means, yes, he is weak, from the weak, standard, tough, and unique classifications. Little skull there means he is part of the Necropolis sect. So you can add him to your Necropolis sect army or any army you would like. Otherwise, let's turn him to his starting position so we can take a look at just what his stats are. Let's see if we can focus on that a little bit. Okay, so 8-inch range, 10 inches of speed. Orange square around the speed means he has flight, obviously, with his wings. Though you can't take the sculpt for granted because there are plenty of figures with wings that do not have the flight ability. 8 attack, 15 defense, 2 damage. He's also has Battle Fury, which means he can't be captured. That's another mechanism in Mage Knight, the collectible miniatures game. The yellow square around attack means he has Shockwave, which is pretty cool. So yeah, a decent figure. Not about 10 inches of range with flight, Shockwave, 8 inches of range, 8 attack, 2 damage. That is not too bad for 25 points to include this Screeching Terror into your Mage Knight army. Alright, next up we have... continuing with the Necropolis sect, we have a Feral Bloodsucker. Prototypical kind of vampire kind of guy. 31 points, 2 stars, and some blue highlighting on his model means that he is standard. So just a little bit better than a weak figure. And let's see if we can turn him to his starting position. And you notice he has a decent amount of special abilities as well. No range, but again, 10 inches of speed with flight. So flight, you just ignore obstacles when moving, obstacles and other figures. He has 10 attack, 15 defense, 2 damage. He also has Battle Fury, so he can't be captured. The highlight here, folks, okay, so 31 points. He has a 10 attack with Weapons Mastery. Weapons Mastery allows you to roll 1 6-sided die in a close combat attack and take the result of that die roll instead of the damage value. So instead of, if he succeeded in a close combat attack just doing 2, you could say, you know what, I'm attacking this turn with Weapons Mastery. So, of course, you have to do that before the die roll, before you see if you hit or not. And then you, let's say he hit, instead of doing 2 damage to the opponent, he'll roll a 6-sided die. So the chances are you're going to do better than 2 damage on a 6-sided die. So you'll at least do 2 or better. So with a 2 damage starting value, it is definitely in your best interest to use that weapon's mastery. Of course, you do run the risk of only doing 1 damage, but hey, you know what? But of course, since he is vampiric, let's see if it's hard to turn his dial with one hand, but I just want to show you where his vampirism special ability is. Just 2 clicks down. So after he's taken 2 wounds, he'll start to get that black square on attack, which is vampirism. So when he does a successful attack, he will also get to heal himself a bit. So yeah, as you might expect from kind of a vampire guy. Feral Bloodsucker, another Necropolis sect. Let's see who else we get. Oh, one of my favorite little guys. Why? Because these are like your standard rank and file troops. You know me, I like generic rank and file troops. This guy is a UTEM Guardsman, 11 points, 1 star, yellow highlighting from the Atlanteans. So he is your little foot soldier, 11 points to add him to your army. Awesome, fantastic in a formation. 8 inches of speed means he can move. All right, attack of 7, which means you're probably going to want him in a close combat formation of some kind to boost that attack probability. 2 damage though, not bad. 15 defense, pretty average. Doesn't have too much life, so after 1 click of damage, he already goes down to a 6 attack, 5 attack, 4 attack, then he's demoralized, 2nd click of demoralization, and then death. So he actually has a decent lifespan. He definitely gets less effective after just a short while, but you know, for 11 points, he'd still be alive after taking a 4 attack blast, for example. So he's a hardy little soldier for 11 points. Awesome. Representing the Atlanteans. All right, so normally we'd be saying this is our last figure in the pack, but no, there are 5 figures in here, so this is only number 4. And it is a tough from the Elementals. So we have 3-star red highlighting on him, means he is tough. That little faction symbol there shows he is part of the Elemental Guild. He is a living elemental. 40 points. That's our most expensive figure yet. 40 points. So what does he do that makes him worth 40 points? Well, he moves 8. Not bad. Attack of 11. So that's pretty good. Look at that damage value, though, in the lower right. That's a 4. 4 clicks of damage if this guy successfully hits you. That's pretty fantastic. 16 defense is awesome, and the orange square around defense means he has toughness, which means if you wound him, he reduces the amount of clicks he takes by 1. So let's say he did take a click of damage. Oh, still 10 attack, 3 damage, 16 defense still, and still has toughness. Then he gets regeneration, so he could potentially heal back already. Still has fantastic stats. Later on, he gets a little more mediocre, but as you can see, even after all these clicks, he still, you know, could do something. And finally, we are getting around to death. All right, so not bad at all. I mean, 40 points, that means you are investing something in him, but I think he may prove his worth. All right, last figure, let's see who it ends up being. And it is pretty cool. He is actually a mage spawn. That mage spawn means he has no faction symbol. He's not allied with any faction. And he is a 1-star, kind of yellow highlighting on him. That means he's weak. 24 points. He is a Kai Devil. And he may be one of the cooler looking figures. Though, I mean, is it cold outside? Because he's nipping pretty hard, folks. But 10 inches of range. Always good to see someone with 10 inches of range. Here we go. Flight, 10 inches of flight, 8 attack, 3 damage, 16 defense, shockwave as his special ability. Pretty good. Let's see if we can see what's next. So he is weak, and he's not, he gets demoralized. Holy cow, is that like 4 clicks of damage? Let me see.